My beloved child, pause for a moment and breathe. This is not an ordinary message crossing your path tonight. This is not coincidence. This is not routine. This is a divine interruption, and it found you for a reason. Tonight, as the world grows quiet and the clock moves toward 11 p.m., something sacred is leaning close to you. Heaven has not been distant. It has been drawing near, step by step, waiting for this exact hour. Archangel Michael stands beside you right now. Not with anger, not with judgment, but with a deep and holy urgency that does not come from fear. It comes from love. There are seasons when heaven whispers so quietly that only the listening heart can hear it. And then there are seasons like this one, when heaven leans in close, when the weight of what has been prepared for you reaches a point where it can no longer be held back. This is one of those seasons. What is happening in this moment was marked long before you felt the ache of waiting, before the disappointments gathered, before the nights when you lay awake, wondering if your prayers were reaching anywhere at all. This hour was chosen for you. Not because you finally did enough, not because you found the right words, but because something inside you, something deep and quiet, stayed open when it could have closed, stayed soft when hardness would have been easier, stayed believing when the evidence said stop. Heaven noticed, and what Archangel Michael has to say to you tonight is the answer to every prayer you were not sure had been heard. Something has been moving toward you behind the scenes. Slowly, without announcement, you prayed for it a long time ago. You carried it in your heart for longer than you should have had to. You almost set it down for good, but it kept moving toward you. Not because you chased it, but because it was assigned to you. The miracle that carries your name was not withheld because you were unworthy. It was not denied because you failed or fell short. It was held carefully and with great intention until the right season, until the right version of you was standing in the right place. That place is here. That season is now, right now. You may feel restless without fully knowing why. A stirring beneath the surface, an emotion you cannot quite name. Something pressing gently against the inside of your chest. This is not anxiety. This is the feeling of a threshold. Your spirit knows what your mind has not yet caught up to. And Archangel Michael is here to help the rest of you catch up. He is not asking you to perform. He is not asking you to prove something. He is asking only one thing of you tonight. Stay open. Do not let the habit of protecting yourself from disappointment close the door before the blessing walks through. If you feel heaven drawing near as you read these words, take a breath and type Amen in the comments. Let that be your way of saying, I am here, I am present. I am willing to receive what was always meant for me. Stay with this message all the way through. Do not read it in pieces. Do not let distractions pull you away halfway. What Archangel Michael is about to say will show you not only why this miracle has taken so long, but why this exact moment is the one that changes everything. My beloved child, let the truth settle in gently now. The miracle you have been waiting for did not stay away because of something you lacked. It stayed away because of something you were still becoming. Heaven does not delay out of cruelty. It delays out of precision. The way a gardener waits for the soil to be ready, the way a builder waits for the foundation to be set before adding weight to it. God was waiting for you to become someone who could hold this blessing without losing yourself inside it. If the miracle had arrived earlier, it would have found you carrying wounds you had not yet surrendered. It would have found you connected to people and patterns that were not part of your next season. It would have found you measuring your worth against things that were never meant to define you. The miracle would have arrived, but you would not have been ready to receive it in the way it deserved. The timing was not punishment. The timing was protection. Archangel Michael wants you to hear what heaven held for you during those long seasons of waiting. Every tear that fell in the quiet, every prayer that left your lips in the dark, every night you went to sleep, wondering if God was still near. He kept all of it. Not a single prayer was lost. Not one tear went unnoticed. They were counted, stored, and held with great care until the moment your spirit was strong enough to carry what was coming. This is why the wait felt long. Not because heaven forgot, but because heaven was faithful in the ways you could not yet see. Think of a door that has been closed longer than you expected. You knocked. You waited. Some days you pressed your hand against it and stood quietly, not even sure why you stayed. Other days you walked away, convinced it would never open. Tonight, that door is open. Archangel Michael is not standing at the door, asking if you deserve to walk through. He is standing there holding it open, asking if you are willing. He has been at this door on your behalf for longer than you know. When you turned away in discouragement, he stayed. When you stopped praying for a season because the silence felt too heavy, he did not leave. He waited. Because what was on the other side of this door was not going anywhere. It was always yours. The only variable was the moment your heart was ready to receive it without flinching. And the only question he has for you right now is the one that will determine everything. Do you still trust? Not trust that everything will look exactly the way you imagined it. Not trust that the road ahead will be smooth and easy, but the kind of trust that says, even if I cannot see the full picture, I believe the one who holds it loves me. That trust is all that is being asked of you tonight. Once you step through this door, things will begin to move. Conversations you did not plan. Doors that open without you knocking. Space appearing where something heavy used to stand. It may feel unfamiliar at first, because unfamiliar peace can feel unsettling to a heart that has been waiting a long time. Do not mistake movement for instability. Do not confuse the strangeness of something new for danger. The peace that feels new is still peace. And the miracle that does not match your picture is still a miracle. Beloved, before we go further, take a moment with me here. If this truth is landing in the right place inside you, type "I received divine timing" in the comments. Let that be your declaration. Not a performance, not a desperate grab, a quiet, settled yes to what heaven has already been moving toward you. There is something else that must be spoken tonight. Something that Archangel Michael does not want you to gloss over or quietly set aside. Someone in your life has had a greater influence over your expectations than you have fully recognized. Not through force, not through deliberate harm, but through something quieter and harder to see. Through discouragement woven into ordinary conversation. Through words that lowered your ceiling without anyone realizing what was happening. Through a spirit of fear that lived so close to someone, close to you, that it quietly found its way into your own thinking. It changed how you prayed. It changed what you allowed yourself to believe was possible. It taught you to adjust your hope downward, to protect yourself from wanting too much. And over time, you stopped praying certain prayers, not because you stopped believing in God, but because a part of you had quietly absorbed the doubt that someone you trusted carried without knowing it. Tonight, Archangel Michael says plainly, that voice is not the voice of heaven. What it cost you in courage, in boldness, in the size of your prayers, was not part of God's design for you. But here is what matters most right now. You are not behind because of it. God knew. He saw every moment that influence pressed against your spirit. He saw what you absorbed and what you resisted, and he has been working quietly and carefully to restore what was taken. Tonight is part of that restoration. He is giving back the courage that was quieted, the hope that was shrunk, the prayers that you pulled back before they were finished, every one of them. There is also a release that Archangel Michael asks you to make tonight. He does not say it harshly. He says it the way a trusted friend says something important. Forgiveness is the door to your own freedom, not because the people who shaped your doubt deserve to be released, but because you deserve to walk without the weight of what they put on you. Carrying the record of what others did does not protect you from more pain. It only narrows the interior space where miracles are meant to land. When you forgive tonight, you are not rewriting history. You are not pretending nothing happened. You are simply saying, "This will not govern my future." And in that moment of release, heaven moves in to fill what you emptied. Old hope traded for new direction. Old timelines traded for divine timing. Old fear traded for a quiet, solid confidence that does not need to announce itself to anyone. This exchange is already happening inside you as you read these words. You may not see it yet with your eyes, but your spirit knows it is real. Over the next few days, pay close attention to your inner life, to the thoughts that arrive in stillness, to the dreams that carry something meaningful, to the moments of unexpected clarity that come without warning. These are not random. These are heaven's way of confirming what is already in motion. Archangel Michael also wants you to hear this. You have been carrying something that was never yours to carry in the first place. The weight of wondering whether you were enough. The silent pressure to show your faith through visible results. The exhausting habit of measuring God's nearness by how quickly things around you changed. Heaven does not measure you that way. Heaven measures you by endurance, by the posture you kept when everything was uncertain, by the way you chose to remain open when closing down would have been so much easier. That endurance made a sound in the unseen realm, and it was heard clearly, "Beloved." There is also a hidden strength inside you that has been dormant, waiting for exactly this season. It was pressed down under the weight of grief, slowed by overthinking, quieted by comparison. Tonight, it is waking up. Not because you finally did everything right, but because you did not stop. You kept going on the days when stopping made more sense. You kept your heart from hardening, when hardness would have been the natural response you chose. Over and over again, to believe in something you could not yet see. And that kind of faithfulness does not go unnoticed. Heaven does not reward perfection. It rewards endurance. It responds to the heart that keeps saying yes, even when the circumstances are saying no. That is the kind of faith heaven answers, not the perfect, polished performance of faith. The weathered, enduring kind that keeps choosing to trust through the silence. If this word is meeting something real inside you tonight, like this message, and share it with someone who has been quietly waiting. Sometimes your breakthrough creates an opening for someone else's prayer to finally move. And if these messages are a consistent source of direction for you, subscribe to stay connected. What comes in the days ahead will continue what was started here tonight, my beloved child. We are moving now into the part of this message where the spiritual and the practical begin to meet. Because what changes on the inside never stays hidden forever. It begins to show. In the coming days and weeks, you will start to notice small confirmations appearing in ordinary moments. A conversation that moves naturally towards something you needed to hear. A thought that arrives in the quiet and turns out to be exactly right. A door that opens without you having to force it. Do not dismiss these as luck. They are the echo of what you released in faith coming back to you with increase. This next season will require something important from you. Archangel Michael says it plainly. Not perfection, not a dramatic display of spiritual power. Consistency, small, quiet, daily acts of faithfulness will protect what emotional highs cannot sustain. The miracle you are about to receive is not fragile, but it does need to be stewarded. This is why your spirit has been drawn toward simplicity in this season. Fewer distractions, cleaner priorities, a deeper sense of what actually nourishes your soul versus what only feels good in the moment. This is not restriction. This is preparation for increase. Archangel Michael also wants to speak about the people around you as this season shifts. Not everyone who has been close to you is meant to follow you into what comes next. Some were placed in your life for a past season, and their assignment with you is complete. This does not mean they failed you, or that you failed them. It means that the season changed. Letting people go with gratitude instead of resentment is one of the most powerful things you can do as you step into what is ahead. It keeps your heart clean, and a clean heart receives freely, beloved. There is also a word about discernment that is critical for this season. Not everything that opens is a door you are meant to walk through. As momentum builds, things will be offered to you. Some will look very good on the surface. Some will come with excitement and energy. And some will be a test of exactly the discernment you have been developing through this season of waiting. Before you say yes to something new, ask one question. Does this align with my peace? Peace is your compass now. Not excitement, not the urgency that comes from feeling like you have waited long enough. And any open door will do. If something steadily takes your peace when you think about it, look more carefully before you move. If something deepens your peace even when it requires courage, lean in. Archangel Michael says it simply. Heaven sends what carries peace with it, even when it also carries challenge. What is not from God tends to take your peace and replace it with pressure. Learn the difference between the weight of responsibility and the weight of misalignment. One builds you, the other slowly drains you. You know which is which if you stay honest with yourself. Trust the difference, beloved. There is also something to understand about the silence you endured during the long season of waiting. God was not quiet because he was absent. He was quiet the way a craftsman is quiet when he is doing his most careful work. Not absent from the bench, deeply focused on it. Every delay was being used. Every moment of darkness was being shaped into something that serves your future. You will begin to see this more clearly in the days ahead. Things that confused you will start to connect. Losses that made no sense will reveal their purpose. The shape of what God was protecting you from will become clearer as the shape of what he was protecting you for comes into view. And your prayers are already changing. You may have noticed it. Less desperation in them, less striving, more listening, more of a quiet expectation that does not depend on speed or timing. This is what it feels like when faith grows from a position of fear into a position of trust. And God responds to trust differently than he responds to fear. As this truth anchors itself in your spirit, say it in the comments. Type, I am ready for the shift, not as a wish, as a declaration, a settled yes to what God has been preparing, a release of the old timeline, and a full embrace of the divine one. My beloved child, we are entering now the final and most sacred part of what Archangel Michael has to speak over your life tonight. This is where everything comes together. You have been in a long season of interior work, growth that had no visible evidence yet, lessons that came through circumstances that felt like setbacks, a quiet, steady reshaping of who you are and what you are built to carry. All of it was purposeful. Every single part. The things that left you confused are beginning to connect into a single story. The delays that felt like failures are revealing themselves as design. The grief of what you let go, or what was taken, is showing you the shape of what God cleared space for. This is what completion feels like from the inside. Not a sudden dramatic announcement, not a lightning bolt from the sky. A deep, quiet, settled knowing that something has permanently changed. Archangel Michael says it clearly and with authority. The season of waiting is over tonight. A seal is being placed over your life right now. A seal of clarity, of peace, of divine protection over everything heaven is releasing into your hands in this season. What comes to you next will not be easily shaken or taken, because it is not built on what you received. It is built on who you became while you were waiting. That foundation does not shift. And what God places on a foundation that does not shift, nothing can take away. There will be moments in the days ahead when you catch yourself thinking differently than you used to, responding with a calm you did not have before, making choices from a place of peace instead of pressure. Do not dismiss those moments as small. They are evidence of what has been built inside you during this season. They are the miracle already active, before the visible part fully arrives. Beloved, some miracles come as arrivals, and some miracles come in the form of endings. The end of a cycle that was draining you so quietly, you almost stopped noticing it. The end of striving for something that was already assigned to your name. The end of the confusion about who you are, why you are here, and whether any of it matters. Do not grieve what is ending tonight. Receive it as mercy. What closes today is not a loss. It is a clearing. Room is being made for what was always supposed to begin, and restoration is coming with it. Not only the restoration of things that were taken, but the restoration of something deeper. The restoration of your trust in yourself, your trust in God's faithfulness, your confidence in who you are without needing circumstances to confirm it. You will notice it in how you carry yourself, in how you speak, in the quality of the choices you make almost without having to think about them. This is healing that has become active, not theoretical. Archangel Michael tells you now, gratitude will rise more naturally in this season than it ever has before. Not as an act of discipline, not as something you have to remind yourself to do, as the natural response of a heart that finally understands why things went the way they did. The miracle is not only in what arrives, the miracle is also in how you see. Part of the reward is understanding, and you are beginning to understand more than you realize. Stay humble as you enter what comes next. Not everyone needs to see your new season right away. Some things grow strongest in privacy. Let the fruit speak when it is ready. You do not need to explain or defend what God is building in you. The right people will recognize it without you saying a word. Continue to pray. Keep your peace close. Stay willing to learn. And stay connected to what feeds your spirit in this season. Not everything that calls for your attention deserves it, but the things that consistently bring you back to clarity, back to stillness, back to a sense of what is real, those things are worth protecting. Do not minimize how far you have already come. Every quiet night when you stayed faithful, instead of walking away, heaven witnessed it. Every moment when doubt was louder than belief, and you still chose belief, it was recorded. Every time you opened your hands when everything in you wanted to hold tighter, it mattered. Your patience made heaven proud. Archangel Michael has been watching over every step you could not see yourself taking. He has been watching over every step you could not see yourself taking. He is beside you right now, as this word comes to rest in the deep part of you that needed it most. The guardian who knows your name has not looked away, not once. Receive this activation fully, beloved child. Type in the comments, I step into my miracle. Let it be the declaration that seals what God has completed in you tonight. Say it with faith. Say it with the kind of quiet certainty that does not need to be loud to be real. And before this message ends, there is one final word to carry with you. You did not find this message by accident. You were led here by a spirit that was ready to receive truth without resistance. That readiness is itself a sign of how far you have already come. A closed heart does not lean into messages like this one. A hardened spirit does not stay through the uncomfortable parts. You stayed. That says everything about who you are and where you are going. There are people who click away from truth the moment it becomes uncomfortable. There are hearts that go looking for something easier the moment the message asks too much. You are not one of those people. You stayed. You leaned in. You let it speak to places that most messages never reach. That is not nothing. That is the posture of someone who is ready. If this message reached something real inside you tonight, if it arrived at the right hour and touched a place that needed touching, there is a simple and completely optional way to express that. A super thanks is available if you feel moved to use it. Not as an obligation, not because heaven requires payment for its word, but as one small act of gratitude from a heart that felt something genuine here. It is entirely up to you. Your presence in this space, your willingness to receive, already means everything. What God is releasing over your life right now is sealed. Stay present through what comes next. Stay humble as increase arrives. Stay open to correction when wisdom speaks. And stay thankful, because gratitude is the posture that keeps everything God gives you flowing. The miracle you have been waiting for is not coming with chaos. It is coming with praise. And when it arrives, you will not be surprised by it. You will recognize it, not with shock, but with a deep and settled, knowing that this is exactly what was meant for you all along. You will say, "This is it," and you will be right.